Hi, this is Michelle, and welcome to Dope and Dynamic Women's Prayers. Okay, today we're going to be talking about husbands and wives in relationship or marriage. Okay, this goes for mostly marriages, I would say, because we're going to be talking about husbands. And the title of this video today is called Costly Mistakes That Husbands Make. And please excuse me because today I am going to be looking up and down because I got this from online. On social media, they were talking about husbands, and I said, oh, I want to get in on this conversation. So I wanted to share this with you. Today is not about a prayer, but it's about having conversations in regards to your marriage, the way that you communicate with your husband or the way you communicate with your wife. Let's have better understanding of how we share the love that we have with our spouses, okay? And this is very important because when people are married and husbands are hardworking and they have a wife, they may neglect to give her the proper attention that she requires or desires. So, with that being said, here are some valid tips, suggestions that you guys can take as husbands to help your marriage further. Okay, I'm going to translate in Creole. Merci parce que vous passez un petit temps là avec moi aujourd'hui. Moi content parce que vous passez un petit temps là. Moi voulais welcome vous pour passer un petit temps avec moi. Et aujourd'hui, nous allons parler de mari. Relation mari avec madame. Il y a des fois, messieurs, yo, mari, yo toujours occupé, yo distracté avec travail, l'autre femme de yo, petite de yo, occupation, yo pas bay madame yo assez attention. OK, so moi vle parler avec nous pour nous capable euh, prendre pour monsieur yo, mari yo calculer, OK? Parce que des fois monsieur yo pas calculer non, yo pas réfléchir non pour kembe foyer yo ensemble, yo just vle faire ça yo vle. But moi-même moi vle partager quelques suggestions pour kembe foyer nous, kembe madame nous, parce que nous connaissons nous remet madame nous, bon côté nous, camper chel belle bon côté nous, but c'est pour faire respect, c'est monsieur, c'est pour faire respect. So je dis moi là pour me râler faire oreilles, OK? Oui, c'est pour me faire parce que en pile garçon, en pile mari dehors, nous a fait madame nous crier trop. Okay? Nous fait madame nous crier trop. And I'm saying that I am here to pull on some husbands' ears because some of you guys make your wives cry too much. Okay? She doesn't deserve to cry, and I'll get into that. And it is not funny when a wife is crying. It is very painful, very painful. So I sympathize and I empathize with wives that go above and beyond to make sure she does the best to maintain her home and her husband. But sometimes the husband may not feel the energy that the wife is giving. So let's talk about costly mistakes that husbands make. All right, here are a few tips. Number one, okay, working so hard on your job or your business or on your entrepreneurship and not enough time in your marriage. Okay. Men, your company or your career and your business are growing and flourishing because you lead them. Okay. Your marriage will also grow and flourish when you lead it and dedicate time to it. We're going to pause there for a minute. The reason why I'm saying you lead it and you flourish when you put some time into something, you're nurturing it. Okay? When you nurture something, you want it to grow. So if you are not dedicating enough time or energy into your relationship with your wife, then that's a problem. Then there are adjustments that need to be made. Okay? Moi vle di in translation for Creole, moi vle di que les monsieur travail sans rete, OK? Ou pas toute attention dans travail, soit business ou, mais c'est pour bay temps avec madame ou tout. Ou pas qu'à négliger madame ou. Parce que là où négliger madame ou, Travail pour créer temps pour madame. C'est pour créer ton foyer, pour foyer capable plus avancé. Okay? Number two, thinking that flirting with other women is not cheating. Mhm. Gen de garçons qui reme flirter avec l'autre femme. Yo di, oh, ça c'est pas cheat, not cheat. But l'autre flirter avec femme comme ça. Qui ça ouvre? Qui ça ouvre nan men yo? C'est tant l'autre femme ouvre? C'est aller dans un restaurant, c'est aller dans un hôtel. Qui ça on a fait leur fléter? Leur peut fléter plus conversation, jour. Qu'on y a même ou vient développer une habitude avec un monde. Qu'on y a même chaque matin, on a expect good morning no mail. I'm saying in the mornings now, with you keep flirting with other women every day, now you're developing a habit. Habits are no good because that person is not your wife. So there's no reason that you need to be flirting. But some guys, it's in them to continue flirting. It's embedded in them. They have that flirting mentality, like they love to chase women in skirts. I don't know what it is, but some men are like that. Okay. They think it's not a problem. But get this, you may not physically sleep with another woman, but emotional cheating is also unfaithfulness. Receiving nude images and having phone intimacy with other women is also cheating, okay? Because it's an act that your wife doesn't know about. So if you're doing it behind her back, that's considered cheating, okay? Talking suggestively and attracting temptations is also cheating, okay? If you are a flirt with your wife. Okay, she might like it a whole lot more. If you claim your wife is too rigid, treat her well, and she will respond to your kinky ways. She also wants intimacy and pleasure and want to feel wanted. All right, that is big. We could digest all day on that alone. Okay, when you flirt, you could flirt with your wife. I always say when you people get married, you should always continue dating. Date your wife, date your husband. Get dressed up and look good, and just you could get dressed just to go get ice cream in the summertime. Okay, and if it's the winter time, you get up and you just go out on a date. If you cannot afford a whole meal, then get appetizers and drinks. Just have a time for yourselves. It's a beautiful thing. Okay. Next tip or suggestion, guys. Being generous outside and stingy at home is a problem. Okay. I don't know if you guys ever encounter, sometimes you may have a husband, he's so generous with other people when he's outside. And then when he's inside the house, you're like, babe, can I get this or can I get that? And he's just like, no. You're like, wait a minute. Weren't you just generous with so and so? You would say that to yourself, not saying it out loud, but you may have a stingy husband. Okay. Gade mari ki realman jenerez avèk moun deyo, but lè ou mande yon bagay, yo pa jom gen tan pou ou, yo pa jenerez avè ou, yo pain. You're realmente pain. They're really cheap with their money when it comes to you, the wife. Men, you have to know, you have to take care of your wife in the best possible way and give her the best possible care, okay? It's not good to always be generous with people outside. So here we go with this one. Husbands, don't be the husband who quickly says yes when other people ask for help, okay? For your time and your money, but stingy with your wife and your children. Your family comes first. Remember, that's God's first ministry is your family, okay? Don't go to don't go above and beyond for others, which contributes to large sums of cash you're giving away to other people and also helping them out, right? But having your household suffer. You don't want to do that, right? Because you want to have a good public image, yet your family is the one that is deprived and denied of access to your funds or your generosity. All right. So that's another tip. So the next one is thinking that showing love is unmanly, unmanly thing. Okay. So men tend to think, oh, I don't want to show her so much love because, you know, I have to maintain a strong persona. But guess what? Women love when their hard man or their manly man is very soft too and tender, handles her with care. We love that as women. A hard man can show his sensitivity. And I have to say, a lot of men do their best not to show their sensitivity. But it's a very sexy thing when you have a husband and he's very sensitive when it comes to you. Okay. Mwen di nan la bi sa, li on bel bagay le ou gon mari ki realman sensib pou ou. Ok? Gen de gason ki pa vle montre fom ke yo tout mou ou so trop doux. But le ou montre madame ou sensib pou li, ou gen sensibilite pou li. Se li e bel bagay, oui. Ou kapap viv. En le ou sensib pou madame ou tap jwen nepot bagay ou vle nan men madame. I'm telling you. Paske ou montre madame ou sensib pou li. Okay? So when you are dating and courting, you were romantic and thoughtful during that period of time, right? But now that you are married, you wrongly think showing love is beneath you, and it isn't. If you truly love your wife, tell her she needs to hear it. Okay? Warm her heart, romance her, go out on dates with your wife. Her being a wife doesn't mean that she doesn't need to feel love. Okay? Real men show their love. God is a loving God. if if God doesn't love showing us love as something that's beneath him, who are we to shun showing affection, yet we're created in God's image. Okay? Show your wife love. There's nothing wrong with that. It's sexy. It's beautiful. It's admirable. Okay? Next, throwing money and gifts at problems. You hear that? Throwing money and gifts at problems. Think about this. When your wife and kids get concerned about your spending much time away from home, when you are told that you are not doing what you are supposed to do, change, improve. Don't throw money and gifts at them to silence them. Okay, they want your time and presence, not feelings, not lifelessness things. So this is saying that when your wife or your children are bringing to your attention that they need your presence there, give it to them, because that's a cry for help. They are telling you, daddy and husband, I need you here to be more present. And what does that look like? That looks like I need your time. Just like children. Children spell love Time. Children need your time. Okay. And also, I would say a wife also needs to be shown love by Time. If you don't spend time with your wife, then what are you in the relationship for? It's not always working, 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 but show your love to your wife by giving her your time, not just throwing gifts and say, oh, I want to get you this. You should be fine now. Don't throw gifts at them like that. Okay. Give them your time and do it enthusiastically. Buy madame mouton. C'est ça la chercher dans men ou même. L'on va passer du temps avec madame. Qu'est-ce qu'on pense qu'il va faire? I'll wait. I'm hearing you. And I want to hear in the comments too. If you're not spending time with your wife, what do you think she's going to be doing? Do you think that's going to be conducive for you? Do you think that's going to be good for you and your relationship when your wife is now not spending time with you? What happens to your marriage? What happens to your relationship? It You both could feel withdrawn, but you have to keep the connection and the fire burning. Okay. So, next suggestion, When you're admiring other women more than your wife, mm, that is a big no-no. I remember a time someone was saying to me, "Oh, I'm giving this woman a compliment." This is a man speaking. And then the girlfriend of the guy, he says, "You don't need to be complimenting her. Let her own man compliment her. You need to be complimenting me." So the girlfriend felt some type of way because her boyfriend was giving another woman a compliment. And she got fed up. She was just like, you should have her own boyfriend giving her compliments, not my man giving her compliments. So that just shows you guys that when you're out, never praise another woman more than your own wife, okay? Because women could be jealous, even if they don't show that they are, or they could have insecurities. Never continuously compliment other women and give them praise in front of your wife, okay? So let's talk about this. Admiring other women more than your wife. If you find another woman better looking than your wife, work on your wife. Souvent, on l'autre dame dehors, puis présentable, puis belle, gen plus talent. Et nous voulons ça pour madame ou, travaille avec madame ou sous ça, ok? Ou pas besoin faire madame ou senti li insecure pour li pas qu'à faire ça l'autre femme n'a pas fait. Vous comprenez? Never make your woman feel insecure in any type of way. Women should be walking with their heads held high anyway, but never put down your wife in front of another woman by complimenting or another woman and giving them constant praise. Okay. So nourish your wife, compliment your wife, buy her clothes that you think will fit her shape well. Okay. Pamper your wife. Give her the love that she desires so that way she can grow and also glow from the inside out. If she is overweight or not in the best of shape, then go to the gym with her, encourage her, not saying, "Oh, you look fat." You looking fat is not going to help change your situation. Go to the gym together. If you can't go to the gym, then go jogging or running or walking together. Make it an activity that you both can enjoy. Okay. Another one, this is vital and very important. And we got to talk about this because this one here is important, is wasting your family money on meaninglessly things. It's meaningless. Why are you wasting your money? So stop wasting your family money on alcohol, on drugs, on prostitutes, on strippers, on addictions, or going out on dates with other women, going to hotels. Invest the money in your family instead. The future of your children or your child is more important. Even if you are a super wealthy man, you can find other ways to have fun that contributes to positivity to your family's life. You can also channel your money into more honorable things like supporting your parents, supporting your siblings, supporting your local church, the less fortunate, anyone in the society that may need your money. You don't have to be unfaithful and reckless just because you have lots of money. And that's important. So some men think, "Oh, I got the money. I could use my money on anything I want." But you don't want your money to be wasted on meaninglessly things, okay? It's not right. So don't waste your money. Why do you want to waste your money? You work hard for your money, all right? Number 8, we'll say number 8, justifying pornography. There's a lot of men who love to watch porn, okay? Get des garçons, get des maris, not garçons, get des maris qui aiment regarder pornographie, okay? Pornography is a lusting. C'est bagay qui plein lust, bagay sale, bagay qui en saleté in Creole, they would say. Pornography is lusting after other women on videos or images. This is actually cheating because you are desiring other women, not your own wife. This also lays the ground for future acts of unfaithfulness because you see no harm in desiring strange women on videos or pictures. So soon you will see no harm in desiring women in the streets or at work, in your neighborhood. Then you might actually sleep with other women. That's deep, right? I know a lot of men who watch pornography. They really don't think it's nothing wrong with it. They're just getting excited and watching these images. But it creates something in you, an urge, okay? Passion urge, monsieur, again, lay up gade bagay pornography. Ok, yo anvi fè, yo toujou anvi fè, yo toujou vle anvi, yo anvi fè, yo toujou vle anvi fè an bagay. Ok, lè on ap gade bagay kon sa, li pa bon pou namou, li pa bon pou sante ou, li pa bon pou mariage, ok? So, men, do the best that you can to refrain from pornography. It is lusty, it is not of God, it is dirty, it's kinky. We know we all love our kinks, but it is a real dirty thing, okay? Next, number 9. Thinking that being the head of the family means being the dictator. There are a lot of dictators, and they think, oh, I am the chef of my house. Et même qui chef nan kay mwen, tout samedi, c'est pour faire, c'est pour obéir à chef lan. The men would say, I am the chef of this house, or the chief of this household. Whatever I say goes, which is true because the man is the chief of the household. But when it comes to being a dictator, that's a problem. Okay. Because in the household, it's the husband first and then the wife. It is a teamwork. It's us working collectively together. Okay. Not one together. Okay. That's a dictatorship. And you don't want to be a dictator in your household. You don't want to make your the rest of the family feel uncomfortable. So this is what makes some husbands beat up their wives. If you're getting beat by your husband, let's sit on this for a second. I pray for you. I pray for you. I pray for you. I sympathize with you that you need to seek help or get out. And that is one of the cases that I would say it's a get help or a get out kind of situation because you are not made to be abused or beat up on. You are nobody's punching bag. And if you lack self esteem today and you have allowed beating for many years, I pray that you're able to come out of that situation however God sees fit. Okay. No men or no husband should be beating up their wives. Um, and also, your wife is not your junior, but your partner. I just said that, right? She is the one that's with you every step of the way. Hurting her is hurting you, right? Because God says, love your wives like Christ loved the church. When a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. Guys, love your wives, okay? Because she is a good thing. Even if she's not beautiful, she's your beautiful wife. Even if she's fat, she's your fat wife. Okay. Get her in the gym, like I said before. um, when a husband finds a wife, he really does find a good thing. He finds stability, he finds love, he finds nurture. Okay. He finds a companion. He has somebody, hopefully, that's cooking for them. When a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. Okay. Your wife is not your competitor. Stop competing with your wife. She's not. She's your partner in life, not your competitor. All right. Celebrate her progress any chance that you get. Being head does not mean that your words is the law, okay? Or that you treat your wife as a slave. Some men do think that their wives are the slave. Like, I am here and you're here. No. Ou pa ka pense ou gon madame ki esclave. No, it's not like that. Women, we have to respect our husbands, right? But you should not be treated like a slave. Okay? Catering to him nonstop is not necessary either. Okay? If the food is there, he can get his food sometimes. Yes, it's good to cater to your husband. Oh, yes. I'm going to feed my husband and do this for my husband. Yes, your husband is your king. Feed him, treat him well. But sometimes they do get overboard, especially with Haitians. They go a little overboard. Okay. All right, so let's keep it moving, keep it moving. Being the head doesn't mean that you have to be so rough with your wife too. Speak with her with softness, tenderness, just like you would want her to speak to you with softness. You want to be in your pretty girl era and soft era, but we as wives have to feel like, oh, I am with my husband and I feel pretty and pink. I can feel soft. I can be soft and feminine, but we have to feel that. Okay. All right. So, next one, ignoring your wife's advice. Guys, this is danger, danger, danger. It's very dangerous. Okay. When you do not listen to your wife's advice, men pay for it in the long run. And not only do the men pay for it in the long run, the wives also pay for it too. And that's the sad part. And she was like, I'm warning you, or I'm giving you my advice and you didn't take it. And look what happened. That's the worst. So ignoring your wife's advice, don't hide things from your wife. That's hard for a lot of men because I always say there's two caveats to this. There's transparency, right? But there's also privacy and there's secrecy. There's a difference. Transparency is saying, hey, honey, I'm going to be working after work. I'm going to do something else and blah, blah, blah. Okay. That's transparency. But some men, they like secrecy. And secrecy is like, oh, I'm not going to tell my wife I have a side chick. I have to pay her rent. I have a child outside. Oh, no, those are secrecy. And do not hide things from your wife because if she's aware of what's going on, then she can be a better partner and help you solve the problems. Okay. So I'm saying all that to say, share things with your wife. That way you're inviting her to give you input, give you suggestions, give you advice on what do you think we should handle or how should we handle this. All right. So stop hiding things from her. Engage her in making family decisions. This is very important. You are stronger when you move as a team together. Your wife has sharp instincts and she will help you navigate life's issues. I just said that too. Et pour toujours mettre madame au courant as to what's going on in the household or what's going on with you, what's going on with work, what's going on with our children, what's going on with our future. You have to let your wife know what's going on. Next one, number 11, being too proud to say sorry or not to listen. Okay. When men are too prideful, they don't ever want to say, honey, I apologize. I did something wrong. I'm so sorry for hurting your feelings. I should have listened to you. It takes a second to say that, but some men are narcissists and they don't want to apologize. No matter how hard or how bad they hurt you, they never want to say, I'm sorry. They feel like that's beneath them. Garçon haïtien qui sa, pou yo di ou, chéri, mwen fè an erreur, oui, mwen fè an faute, oui, s'il vous plaît, pardonnez-moi. Ou j'aime de garçon haïtien di sa. Eh? Sou kon mari qui vient apologize to you for something that he did, connaît, bon Dieu for grâce, okay? Parce que garçon haïtien pa reme di, I'm sorry. Yo pa reme di, yo fè an faute. Yo pa reme admit sa. Yo fè an bagay mal, c'est pour valer. No, that's not how it works. Ou pa ka vale, ou fin hurt moun nan, kounya men ou expect li just to forgive you just like that, son pa di rien, la vie continue son pa di rien. E pa kon sa, kote prinsip lan. Kote el. E de fwa gason, mari yo manke sa. Ase yo just ap gade madame no, mwen te fel so. What do you mean so? You have to apologize to your wife. Chérie, mwen konen te fon erreur. Ba lan li te fon mal, mwen konen sa. Gede gason yo fel, yo fel sa, esprit yo fel men, pou yo kapab faut parler en pile, faut gen tension, faut crier, yo pas care. Comme si yo pas gon care pour vous. Comme madame, oui. Madam Kim, you supposed to buy this family. It's like he doesn't care. So when you, as a husband, you mess up, you messed up bad, and you need to make it up to your wife. Say, baby, I apologize. As a starter, and a true apology is changed behavior. When you truly are sorry about something, you don't do it again. First time is a mistake. Second time, now this is a routine. This is a habit. This is who you are. You have to apologize and mean what you say. Et ça qu'a fait madame respecter as her Lord, as her Seigneur, as her King. Okay? So apologize. You are capable of doing wrong. And when you do wrong, admit it. Problems don't get solved when you deny them. Okay? You are not perfect. Learn to say, I'm sorry, or baby, I apologize to your wife or your children. By refusing to say, I'm sorry, you are showing your wife and your children that you are not sensitive. You're insensitive, and that you will hurt her and damage the mood at home. Sometimes all women need to hear is for you to say, I am sorry and I apologize. Be open to learning and being corrected so it doesn't happen again. Far too many men are ruining their own homes because of pride. Okay. Number 12, let's go really quick. Abandoning your spiritual role. This is important. You are the leader of your family. Okay. Head of household. Okay. Even spiritually, don't neglect this role and leave it for your wife alone. Your wife needs your prayers as well. Women are always the one praying, 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 praying. But who's praying for her? She needs a prayer partner too. And you have to pour into your wife. Et des fois, c'est toujours madame yo qui toujours là à prier, prier, prier pour Mario, Mario, all the time. Et des fois, ou à l'église, ou toujours fi, 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 fi. Côté garçon yo. Garçon yo pas intéressé dans prier. Parce que yo occupé, yo distracté. La checker l'autre femme. Peut-être yo pas là. Yo travail. Yo dans l'hôtel avec l'autre femme. Yo pas de temps pour vous. Yo pas gain. OK? Yo pas de temps. So, qui ça yo ka dit non prier pour là? On nous parlait. Qui ça yo t'a dit pour nous prier? Yo kon prier? Yo kon prier? Yo pas kon prier. C'est ou même pour aider yo pour yo capable prier. Montre yo prier. Dis chérie, mets ça pour dire, aider yo, former yo dans prier. Okay? So they can pour into you. Men need help when it comes to showing them how to pray for you, how to cover you with prayer, protection, for you to grow spiritually, for you to grow financially, for you to grow as a wife, for you to grow into your roles, your future roles. As wives, we play a lot of roles, and we need the support and prayers of a husband. It's dire, okay? It's very important. Nous toujours besoin prier Marie pour soutenir nous tout. Nous besoin ça, okay? So, I wanted to share that part with you because I thought that was important. Okay. Next part, taking your job title home. This is important. Oh my goodness. Let's dive into that. All right. Whether you are a CEO, manager, director, or an award-winning professional, once you get home or are with your wife and your family, put away your title. Okay. Si c'est pasteur, yeah. Ou pasteur, ou moun yo, lò vin la kayo, se mari pa domo ye. Okay? Relax la kayo. Okay? All right. Play the roles as a husband and a father. Don't treat your wife and children like subordinates. Okay? Lording over them. The home is a place of love, not a place for orders, restrictions, pressure, and intimidation. Okay? Next, hiding your failures. In case things don't go well, you get fired, you make bad decisions, share it with your wife. Don't hide it from her, trying to project a fake image of everything is all right. Because life, everything is not all right. We face challenges every day, and this is why we need help. Your wife is there for you. She will walk with you. Okay? Not a side chick. A side chick will not walk with you. Men, y'all need to know this. Side chicks will not walk with you. They're there to take your money and your energy. That's it. Your wife will walk with you. Share her with your weaknesses and your failures, and she'll be there to help build you back up. Okay? Love will always win. Always. Number 15, worrying more about what your male friends or parents think than pleasing your family. That's a big one. Do you know that sometimes it's always some in laws or family members that could destroy your marriage? So sometimes you don't need to be telling them everything. Things need to be kept confidential with your husband and your wife at home. Okay? Because when you get home, your problems, they lie right there. Okay? Nobody else knows your problems. Okay? Some family members do not want to see you happy. Okay? They would rather you be miserable or single with them, just like they are. So don't tell them everything. You tell them some things, but not everything. All right? Don't let friends or your parents or your family members ruin or run your marriage. All right? Don't let your friends negatively influence your relationship. Okay? It's very important. Do not, because sometimes you think you're telling your friend, your good girlfriend, or your good my guy, your information about your marriage, and they are not happy for you. They want to destroy what you have. They are secretly jealous of what you have built with your partner. Okay. So be careful. A true friend is a friend to you and your marriage. Your parents might mean well, but might drive a wedge between you and your spouse. So that is very important. You left your father and your mother to be one with your wife. So be at one with your wife. That is very important. Okay. Number 16, being intimately selfish. Ooh, I may have struck a nerve. Your wife has intimate needs too. It is not all about you. Gen de fwa, madame ou bezwen pou kapab bay plezi nan kaban. Te pou bay madame ou plezi. Bon plezi, okay? Bon plezi. Don't seek to only be the one to be satisfied. Give your wife satisfaction as well. And and don't be a selfish lover. There's nothing more unattractive than being an unselfish lover. Fulfill her physically. It's very important. Kiss her, touch her, embrace her, romance her, surprise her. Okay? Evoke her passion, make her tremble. Okay? Give her every sensual pleasure that you can imagine. Make her feel like your wife. Okay? Make sure she's fulfilled in every single way. Your responsibility is to arouse your wife and make her feel good. Make your wife feel good, oh, okay? Make your wife feel good. Et pour toujours faire madame ou sentir bien. Pour le satisfaire avec mari, ok? Pour ne pas besoin de chercher l'autre garçon dehors, ok? Et ça me dit dans le créole pour ne pas comprendre. Satisfait madame, no. Satisfait bien. Okay. Number 17, letting her be the parent alone. This is a very selfish act. First of all, the wife didn't get pregnant by herself. There were two. Okay. So, with that said, you cannot always have your wife be the one raising your children. She can't bear being a single mom. I never liked that term. She cannot be the one raising the children by herself. So letting her be the parent alone is a very selfish act. When she gets pregnant, don't abandon her. Walk with her, carry her, do the shared responsibilities. Okay, she cannot watch the baby every single night by herself while you're over here sleeping, and she has to continue to nurse. Okay, after birth, be proactive in teaching, mentoring, and guiding your children. Stop the nonsense of when the child does something wrong, the child is the wife's. Okay, when the child does something well, that's when you are a proud father. Be there in support of your wife, okay? And number 18, which is the last one, failing to prepare your child or your children for success, for success. When you start a business, involve your children, okay? Let your wife know that your priorities, your assets, and your ventures are for your family. Okay, prepare your children's future. Write a will. This is very important. Share information. If you have land somewhere, let your children know where the land is located. Give them the paperwork. Don't keep things in the dark. Secrecy is horrible. Too much unnecessary confusion plagues families because of lack of preparation in the marriage. So prepare, and make sure that you have all the paperwork for your house. Otherwise, it's going to cost you. I've seen so many times husband dies and they don't have a will prepared. They don't have no life insurance. They don't have no term insurance. And the children and the wife are just going to have to fend for themselves. How is that fair? The husbands, you have to plan accordingly. So this is the conversation I wanted to have with you today. I hope you guys like this kind of conversation. I wanted to do this instead of doing a prayer because we're here to talk about families, relationships, and marriages, to save and to advise. That way we can do better when we know better. I am your host, Michelle. If you guys have any questions or like this kind of video, please share it with your friends, like, comment, and come back and watch more videos like this one. Thank you so much for supporting Dope and Dynamic Women Prayers. And if you like this, please also, if you can, sow a seed into Dope and Dynamic Women's Prayers. That way we can do much more for other women in need. Thank you so much. And until next time, bye bye for now. May God bless you. Lord Jesus, thank you so much for gathering us here and having a conversations about relationships and marriages for families to stay together and to know better and to do better. We pray that you will watch over marriages that are struggling financially, struggling emotionally, struggling in every type of way, struggling with unfaithfulness, struggling with addiction, struggling with being married to a narcissist. I pray that you will watch over the hearts of these married couples. Even if they've lost their way, keep them together. And we want to continue to work for you and to be with you in unison in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you so much. Have a good one.